I, like many of you other Halo fans, were definitely hoping for some sweet, sweet news from the Alpha Pack launch, which is the new event that just came to Halo Infinite. As you know, I and many other Halo hopefuls have been struggling lately with the fact that there hasn't been a lot in the way of new content, right? We kind of keep waiting for the other shoe to drop of this potential live service. And one of the things that 343 talked a lot about was these new big events coming out. So they announced the Alpha Pack, and I'm going to show you what it promises to be, and then I'll show you kind of what they delivered, and I'll let you come to the conclusion. I'll even show you some of the comments on Reddit, which much more scathing than I'm going to be. But I'm just happy we get something. I just don't think this is it quite yet. We're getting there though, right? I want to say we're getting there. Alpha Pack has arrived. It's a 2-week narrative event, which started today, July 19th, runs all the way through August 2nd, which continues the story of Lone Wolves. I almost wish to put the quotes around the word story because there's not much to the story other than go play Halo. The first cutscene wasn't all that interesting. We did learn that the Banished had worked on a new AI, which you can actually unlock. That is my current AI that I'm using. But really short of that, we haven't really seen much else, okay? It brings a new story cinematic, and there's 2 of them. Now, I guess I'm jumping the gun early. I have not seen the second one. I won't until I've completed the event. But based on what I saw in the first one, my expectations are pretty low. It's also going to include a free 10 event pass. So kind of like a little mini battle pass for free, which has some new cosmetics that you complete by playing the Lone Wolf or the Last Spartan Standing event, which is kind of synonymous with Lone Wolf. So here's what you're going to be getting if you complete all 10 levels. It's some nice stuff. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'll always take more cosmetics. I wish a lot of this stuff wasn't always gated behind the store. And thankfully, there is some decent things here for some of the armor sets. Particularly intrigued by this one here. It's actually, I think it's this item here. It doesn't really show. I don't know. Maybe it's, you know what? I don't know which one it is on the battle pass here. Oh, it's this thing here. It's this like mouth respirator thing. Very interesting. It looks kind of like a bonus respirator or some sort of comms device that's offside. And I really do like non-symmetrical Spartans. So I'm excited for that personally. You're going to get these by completing Last Spartan Standing matches and doing objectives for Last Spartan Standing, which is basically play, get kills, get headshots, that sort of thing. And then we get a very brief snippet of a story talking about we have these we met these 2 new Spartans as at the beginning of the cutscene of the opening season. They were deployed after a phantom. One of them needs medical attention, and that's when we find out that the Banished have a new AI that we kidnap. And we're going to try to figure out what's going on with this Banished AI, okay? There's a little launch pack trailer here. I'm going to play this for you because this is what we were all kind of getting hyped for leading into the event.
You have to fight on your own. I'd like to see what you can do.
And go ahead and just watch it for a second, and I'll comment after it's over.
Is you.
Danger zone. You must leave this area. Showdown. Only we remain.
So there you see mostly just gameplay, honestly, from the Last Spartan Standing. Nothing really to glean from there. We are getting some new maps, which is kind of nice for Last Spartan Standing. It's not just going to be on the new map. It's actually across any of the big team battle maps, which is fun. They've also changed the way you unlock weapons. The rotation has changed slightly. It used to be like Disruptor, and then it went into the Magnum, I'm sorry, the Brute Shot or whatever. Not Brute Shot. Why am I drawing a blank here? That's how exciting it is. They changed the order. You get the AR second now. That was something I noticed right away. Mangler, that's the name, the Mangler. You used to get the Mangler second, I get the AR second, and it goes on from there. They're also going to give you a free Aratus, and that's the AI. That's what he looks like. As well as you're going to get an emblem and a nameplate if you log in during the event. And here's some of the stuff you can buy from the store, which is pretty cool. I got to say, this helmet in particular, I think, probably going to gain a lot of traction. I think that's actually a really, really cool design. And then that's it for the blog there. Let's jump over now. So you saw what you're going to unlock, right? You saw the little cinematic there of kind of getting you hyped up. Now, when you open the game, this is what you are treated to. And I want you to watch this. I think I can blow this up a little bit. I don't know. Reddit's built-in player is not always the best. We're just going to leave this here. It's in the center. I want you to watch this. So when you turn on the game, it basically says, okay, it jumps right into this cutscene. And I'm like, oh, cool. We're going to get some more story elements. So the last cutscene we got, our Spartan was there, mute, and that's fine, talking or listening to these two other Spartans who were capturing this brute AI and questioning what did it mean. So this is the story continued. Let's go ahead and watch the story continued together. Notice the time, and then I'll come back at the end and give you guys some thoughts on this. So here we go.
Commander Grinia told me what you did for Spartan Dean. We've had each other's back since the Vihar collapse. Without Din, I would have died more times than I want to count. But sometimes, you have to fight on your own. I'd like to see what you can do, when the only one who has your back is you.
That's it. That's the cutscene. That is 43 seconds of, in Halo's own words, I believe they called it a cinematic event. I gotta find it again now. I mean, this is like the lowest effort thing we could have possibly gotten. Honestly, there wasn't really a lot here. I guess they're calling it a season cinematic. There wasn't really a lot there. It was a Spartan at a firing range shooting an AR in a single shot, which is really baffling. And the sound did great. The metal clanking of loading the weapon and everything like that. And the echo after the shot, almost reminiscent of a sniper rifle, actually sounded really cool. That's it. That is the entire event. Then basically it's go off and play. So let's just look at a few of the top comments here. I have to agree with a lot of these. They are a little scathing, at least a little bit more aggressive than I would probably have said, but I do believe them. Top comment is from Stealthy Steve. So the multiplayer story simply boils down to go play multiplayer. Really riveting stuff there, guys. Michael, son of Michael, says, ha ha ha, that's a very eloquent way of putting it. The initial Lone Wolves Season 2 cutscenes with the Interference event gave me the impression that we would almost be doing some PvE or something. Obviously, that didn't happen. This cutscene, as you say, literally just says, go play alone. LOL, it's getting worse, WTF. This is disappointing. This character, she's saying words, but none of them mean anything. This is not how you tell a story. He saved my ass at the battle of who knows what. It's so cringe that 343 wants us to hear stuff like this and get invested. How do you assume we know what she's talking about when you give us nothing? Just wait, here comes Uni talking about how the devs need their mental space, and Season 3 is hard. Wait till Season 3 is the same. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And they're scathing reviews here. I'm just scrolling. You can't even read that fast. But none of them are positive. And I've got to say, looking at what was promised, a new event with a special limited battle pass with some new cool customizations and the continuation of the Lone Wolves saga, whatever that means. It's not really amounting to anything. And I think of how other cutscenes were done in other live services. Call of Duty comes to mind when you watch 2 or 3 minute cutscenes of a new character entering the battlefield, which shows off a new map, or the way Fortnite does some of the in-game events. And that is what more live services, to me, I would expect to see, not what we just saw. And if this was something we were getting every week, every other week, I would say, cool, let's just keep throwing it in the pile of fun stuff. We're customizing our Spartan with some really cool new gear. They went back and retooled the last Spartan standing. They added in the old maps. They've changed some of the rotations around. Okay, or the weapon rotations around. Cool. Okay, I'm excited. Get me invested in this. And what's next? What's next? But this is it. This is all we're getting. And I don't know how far we are into the season now. Pretty good distance, of season 2. And I'm not seeing that come to light. And clearly the fan base has turned on them as well. So I'm sad. I want more from Halo. I think this is a great start, but this is definitely not where we need it to be. We need more. Clearly listen to your fans. Listen to me. People are very frustrated by what's going on. People demand more Halo that's riveting content. When you look back at Halo 5 Guardians, right, and you think how bad that single player experience was, at least we had the multiplayer to kind of hang our hats on. The multiplayer was good. Content was very fast. It dropped quickly. Every month we were getting a new mode or a new map or new weapons. There was a roadmap. They were doing long form community Q&A sessions back when Brav was the community manager. It was really, really interesting and investing. Here in Halo Infinite, with the promise of what the Slip Space engine can do and how easy it is to port in new content, you look at this cutscene, and this is something that I could do. This is something that I could do on my own. There's nothing here. It's a map it's the firing range we've already seen, firing a battle rifle with a single shot. Her talking to us, don't know who she is, don't know the motivations here, talking about something, some map or some battle that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't really get me excited to go play. Now, like I said, there is a cutscene at the end, but honestly, what do you think it's going to be? What do you think you're going to see? What is going to be like, oh my God. Now, I am playing through this event because the weekly reward is a cool stance. I do like collecting stances, so I am definitely jumping in this week and playing. I do want all the customizations. I do want everything that the Battle Pass unlocks, but I don't know, as far as everybody else playing, just how invested they are. And clearly the community continues to turn. And just not seeing that next drop of content. There's nothing to indicate to me or to any of the other hopefuls that we're going to be getting something of value going into the future, or that season 3 is somehow going to be magically different. Don't even get me started on the sheer number of turnover 343 has had. Again, another casualty today. Their art director's leaving. It's not good over there. And it's sad. It's sad to see this slow burn just dissolve. And it could be better. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. And look, it's easy to dump on Halo, and I still play it. I still love it. I still stream it. I still read the books. I still do the book reviews. I still buy the merchandise. I'm still a fan of the whole thing. But 343, come on. Can we do better? Yes, we can. That's what we want. We want you to do better.